Amazon sellers that are listening and they're saying, well, why do I need it? I'm thinking, and I know I would have thought that, why do I need an internal, like the internal brand? Why do I have to spread the message? I've got 3 people and I'm a micro brand. Why is that important, and when should I start developing it?
Yeah, so I think it's important, right from the start, because, again, all good marketing is built upon good storytelling, right? Storytelling is at the key to good marketing, and that's really important. So you really need to understand how to tell a story about your brand, about your product, and it starts with understanding that internal story, because that's going to inform the external story. And storytelling has been the most powerful means of communication, back to cavemen and cavewomen sitting around the campfire, grunting and, pointing and gesturing to tell about the hunt they just had or the tiger they saw in the woods. And we still sit around campfires telling stories, but now we have the ability to tell our stories much wider and much faster, and with much more technology behind them, with sound and music and video, because you've got, the great disruptor and distributor is the internet. Now virtually any of us can tell our story on a global basis. And the reason why stories are so powerful is stories connect with people on an emotional level, right? A story has the ability to literally compel someone to change their behavior, to take an action. And that's what marketing is ultimately all about. The purpose of marketing is to really change someone's behavior, to get them interested in and ideally to purchase a product or service. So a story can do that in a very powerful way. And if you don't build a story behind your brand and behind your product, you're just a commodity. You commoditize your product. And a lot of marketers make that mistake. You promote your product based on the megabytes in a computer or a tablet, or the horsepower in an engine, or the thread count in sheets. And if you're just selling your product based on those kinds of features and technical specifications, then you're really commoditizing your product, and you're turning it into something that just sits in a comparison chart with other similar products, right? And doesn't really stand out as anything special. There's no story behind it. And that story is going to make your product different, and it's going to make your product special and stand out. So that's why it's really important to go down this path. And what's interesting about building this internal brand story, and the exercise I've gone through now with a number of companies, is really it takes the classic hero's journey. So when you think about what makes a great story, it really hasn't changed since the beginning of time. A great story has a protagonist